Okay.
Okay, we'll get started with pledge of allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, the approval of October 20th, 2025 meeting minutes. We did not receive those by email, so none of us have been able to read them. So we will pass them around for a while. We'll table that to the end. Approval of claims. We have on the agenda, we have approval for the special meeting, but on that one? No, we don't have those meeting minutes, so we'll have to table that as well.
I think one of them doesn't say special meeting, but it's there.
So this is 20 and this is the 28th, so it just doesn't say special meeting, it says regular.
Yes.
We'll just table those at the end of the meeting. Approval of claims.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. All in favor? Aye. There's no old business, new business. Heather?
Hello. I'm here to see if we can discuss the hours of our operation at the shelter. We're open 8 to 4, Monday through Friday, Thursdays being open till 5, Saturday 8 to noon. And I didn't know if we could change it to being open 10 to 3 instead, Monday through Friday. And Saturday being open as well.
What brings that on?
The time, we have 75 animals there at the moment. And with the cleaning and the feeding and the interruptions, it takes us longer to attend to everything. And I'm falling into overtime. So that would hopefully help eliminate that and get the shelter taken care of 2 hours before and an hour before closing, the time we would normally get out. So we're not interrupted and have to stop. And the emails and the phone calls are still be accessible.
I have a problem with that because I don't want to stay overtime. So let me write down, what were the hours, the new hours supposed to be?
10 to 3, Monday through Friday,
Same on Saturday.
8 to 12. Because we were closed Wednesday and Sunday. So now the only day will be closed is Sunday. But we're still there every day, just
Still 5 hours in visiting time.
Mhm.
Friday for adoption.
Did the shelter used to be closed on Wednesdays?
Wednesdays and Sundays now.
So you're not open Monday through Friday, you're open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yes,
Okay.
I want to switch it to being open Monday
Monday
through
through
Friday.
10 to 3 out of it. Yeah, and you probably said that. I was reading this and probably wasn't paying attention.
Gotcha.
I'm good with it as well. Okay, yeah. We all agree.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Sandy, Corps of Engineers.
I don't really work there. I just get all of their messages and everything. No. They have a question about the supplemental, or they have provided a supplemental agreement. I don't know if you have copies of it in your file there or not. But they said that they discovered that there was a set of steps on that lease that someone else pays for. With Duke Energy or one of them. And they are revising that lease to remove that from our lease, to remove those steps from our lease. They were granted to another entity under a separate agreement. So it says, therefore, that lease premise must be adjusted to exclude the set of steps located in the eastern portion of Tract A 124-1. And I think you have that map. Do you find that there?
And I know exactly the steps that they're talking about.
They said they were circled. we have a set of steps that goes down to the river for fishermen to go have access on. These are clear over on the edge of the property and they are on the, is it Duke Energy that's over there?
Yeah.
Percent, okay. And they, it's their steps and they maintain them. And so they want us to sign off on this lease to remove that set of steps. And they addressed it, the Switzerland County Park and Recreation Board on the page that has to be signed. So I said, I believe the Board of Commissioners are really the ones that would be responsible for signing off on that. And she said, I told her you all were meeting and I would take it with me. And she said, just have them sign it. So if you agree to that, and then there's a second supplemental agreement number 1 that needs to be signed by someone else that's not Board of Commissioners. I don't know if we need to change the wording on the certificate. Do you have copies of that as well?
For the other one you talked about, that has to be signed by the.
The other one has to be signed by somebody that is not connected with it or us. So maybe the clerk of courts. Can you do that?
Yeah, we have one of those sellers sitting behind.
John could probably sign one of them. Yeah. He is our president. But I didn't feel like it was my responsibility to sign off on a lease when it's county property.
It looks like it's got to update the
They got-
lease first, showing that
hmm
it's part of the park. And then take it out. What it looks like.
Yeah,
Looks
the
like a
first
separate
page.
lease.
The first page is the lease, and we have to send it back to them so they can sign it. And then they'll sign us the final copy. I'm sure that makes sense, right?
Yes.
Okay. No, you can stand right here because they'll pass it on to you. That's the one that the clerk should sign. I know, and I told her that. I said, I believe it should be made out to the Board of Commissioners, so you want to just put out just kind of right to the top of it? If you want to do that. And then. You know, like the official county.
Kind of odd, because it said that somebody from the board has to sign as well as somebody from the commissioner, correct?
Well,
I think that's what it said.
they just made it out.
Well, here's the scope powered by the governing body, so really, we are the appropriate official. Where the park boards have been signed there.
Yeah, you can have John sign the left one.
It said on it, but page one person has to sign a certificate of authority, the other one has to be.
The core sign was.
Necessary that the authority be signed by appropriate officer, official. So this, you would have to sign this one as well.
Perfectly clear. It is the court engineer.
Here.
I see Garrett's not here, but I did run this by him. Switching payment vendors, and it's kind of like insurance. I've been doing a lot of housekeeping and repricing of things, and this is one that's been an absolute storm. We have a hard time reconciling every month with PayGov, so we're switching from PayGov to bridge payment. And I probably could sign it, but Garrett said no. He goes, it is a month to month, so it's not really an official contract, but he felt it would be better for you just to sign it and have it. So there's 3 copies. I need one for myself, one for the auditor's office, and then one to get back to the vendor. We'll just keep wet copies in each office. It also gives the added benefit for the customer to have all forms of payment. Right now, Bridge Pay or PayGov does not take American Express. This company takes everything. So. Yeah, there's no extra fees. It's just it's swapping a vendor.
You're no longer using Facebook.
We're still using them until I'm gonna phase them out and phase this in. I'm not gonna jump ship like today, but I've gotta kind of ease my staff into it, so. Their reporting structure is a lot better than what I have now. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
Dusty?
So the mechanic has been making repairs to broken down equipment. Crews have been hauling cinders from Madison to the garage stockpile. As of last Thursday, we've hauled 760 tons of 2,000 tons needed. Bridge 16 bid advertisement will be in the Madison paper on 11/4 and again on 11/11/25 for bids. So I got.
One of them.
Yep. For closest one on 250.
Has anything changed in the last 2 weeks on any of them? Or is-
Nope, we're still waiting on the materials from, O'Mara. They're having a hard time getting materials.
And I'll ask at every meeting, anything on the trucks?
Nope, haven't heard anything.
For snowfall predicted in December.
Let's not talk about that.
Yeah, 27 days.
Yeah, right. That's not gonna snow.
Right.
Hey guys, I got a couple items just left off the list there, so. Before we jump into this package you guys got there, a lot of them are just our new financials from MediCount. Kind of shows where we're at. We've built 314 runs with MediCount total on this colorful page here, which is going to look a lot nicer as we start getting past June of next year because it has more data on it. So it shows what we billed, how much we've collected, how much we've written off, and how much has been insurance adjustments. Of the treatment no transports we billed, there was a little glitch in the beginning. It was sending every run over, so then the skewed number, that number is kind of skewed, but we are starting to collect some of that money for those treatment no transports that we put into the ordinance. This spreadsheet here breaks it down by the type of run, either it be the treatment no transport, the non-transport on the end. We've got 68 runs on there that we've filled out. I think we've collected on maybe a handful of those so far. Built 120 ALS runs. ALS 2 is the more comprehensive runs. We've got 10 of those on there, and there may actually be a couple more of those that get sent through. BLS, we're at 116. Our date range average is at 364.39 on this report, but I talked to MediCount today and he said we're closer to like 600. There's a lot of data in here that's just not been entered with it only being partial year. It's kind of messing up that number. We only got 6 months of data on here. So, and I talked to Ted and he says we're closer to the $600 range, possibly slightly over it.
So if I understand this right, we've billed 358 and received 114.
That is correct. The adjustments are 85,544. That's agreed contracts with health insurance. You know, you go to that doctor, they cut it back. That's what the agreed rate is. And write-offs to 14,000 is that's just bills that can't be collected on.
Those non-transports, is that the biggest percentage? You don't have to answer now. Just curious.
No, some of that is in there. So some of that is in the write-offs if they push it through and it's not being collected on. Now, granted, we're just now starting to get to that pivotal point where, you know, they bill 30 days, 90 days, 180 days. So as we get closer to December, some more write-offs are going to come in there. One of the documents I gave you is the balance report, and it has all the runs on there that we've billed, what the outstanding balance is. So
The one here, you've got 358 billed, 114 received, and then basically adjustments and write-off of 100. That's a $240,000, $140,000 difference between billed and received and wrote off.
yeah, if you go into the balance report, that is the last column on the balance report is the outstanding balance. Now, the government shut down. We're kind of not getting Medicare payments right now. They're supposed to release some of those Medicare payments, but with the SB1 changes that were in there and the supplementals, they're going to pay us those now. But we may have to pay it back.
So of that 140,000 difference, reasonably, what do you expect?
50%. 50%.
50%.
Yeah.
So in theory, that 114 could be 180, 185, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So approximately 50% of the total is what.
And this is just since June, so we still have all the other ambulance billing claims in there. And we're about right on track, it looks like, for close to 500,000, so somewhere in that range. The second thing, I don't have a piece of paper for you on this because Gail's still crunching the numbers. It was done in the past when the service first started, but we have all the data for Trex. Trex says we can go back to January 1st of 2022. And we were going to collect everything that ambulance billing still has out there with an outstanding balance on it. That data will be sent over to the Trex system. If they can find a match in the Indiana tax offsets, that money will be seized when somebody files their taxes and come to us.
You know, ballpark. Yes.
There's 200,000 on the list. So whatever we can get from that.
Well, I guess if it's consistent with the rest of it, approximately 50%.
Yeah. Yeah, right around there. I'd like to see the ambulance collection thing closer up to like 60%, which I think it'll get there, you know. New billing company, 6 months in, doing pretty good. Getting insurance is all switched over from one to the other. We're still getting some paper checks that come through the auditor's office and my mailbox
I
also.
mean, that's
So
on the positive side, at least we got information that I've never seen before.
yeah, I think we got about $70,000 from the nurse managed clinic this year too, that we've been able to look. That is going a lot better with the reports that they can furnish. We're getting that money a lot easier. And we found money that we have that's theirs. So
Everything.
it's a whole spare one. The last one was just the payments on there. The last Medi-Count was just all the payments we received and where they've went, either ECH or check or Medi-Count received it. So So you guys have some data there. Been a minute since you guys have gotten that kind of data, so it's nice to see it. The report that Jamie's got in his hand is great when you do a year by year comparison as to see where you are versus the other years. So, and MediCount will come down and they'll go over all that data with us too as we get closer to a year. So where we're at and where we can improve on. The reports are nice compared to the spreadsheets we were getting before from ambulance billing. So just so you guys kind of know where that is and where it's coming. I know my revenues was cut kind of short on the budget. The estimated amount from Baker Tilly had us down at like 408,000. That's like the best 3 years. 2023 was a really slow year. We did 454,000 this year, and just the numbers I crunched was like 466. MediCount thinks we're probably gonna make it closer to that 500,000. We'll see. Depends on who all pays. All right, this colorful sheet here. Just want to introduce this to you guys because that's the status of our equipment right now. So I kind of want to go over the ambulances first on the top. The first one is 3774. That's a 2023 Chevy. It's sitting at 43,000 miles, no issues. The second one on the list is 3787. It's got 212,000 miles on it. It has some issues, some mechanical issues. It's still roadworthy at this point. It could use some repairs, and that's one thing I was going to ask you guys about. We'll get into that when we get down. We can skip over. 4178 is the chase car. It's in fine shape. 3775 is also another one that has some issues. That vehicle, we've put oxygen sensors on it. It needs another catalytic converter. Can't go through the records and tell you how many have been put on there, but for some reason it's burning up catalytic converters. It's got a lot of miles on it. It's a 2019. And the other one with the 212,000 miles on it is a 2015. It's one of the original trucks. It's kind of in the same boat. It's got a transmission. It's leaking transmission fluid. Sounds like it's going to be pretty expensive to fix it. Still don't have a number on that. 4238 is the brand new truck. It's setting at 13,000. The Durango is setting at 81,000. It needs an oil service. It's getting Wednesday, so everything else is operational. The other two trucks, I want to bring that up because everything in the bottom that's red, all that equipment that Stryker says is past its end of service life. We have two stretchers that are 2018s. They're fine. They're good. Operational. No issues. We have a 2008, it's operational, no issues right now. 2016, it's operational with no issues right now. A 2010, it's operational with no issues. And we have another 2018, it's operational with no issues. The brand new power loads are on here.
But they're at their end of life.
They're at their end of life, yes. So we keep maintaining them. We went over the maintenance budget last year trying to keep all this equipment running. The LifePak monitors, I came to you guys early in the year. They've made a new monitor. We're getting close. In the end of 29, we're going to be close to their requirement to service the monitors we have. Stryker's going to be here Wednesday. They're going to do a fleet analysis. They're going to give us what it would cost to put this equipment on a plan now and replace it, a 3-year plan and a 5-year plan as to, with the inflation, how much more it's going to cost us if we wait. The reason I bring that up is we have all this equipment here that at some point is going to have to go on a replacement plan. We got to figure out what to do with 2 old ambulances at some point. So nothing has to be made tonight. Just want to make sure it's on your guys' radar that we have money.
Fresh my memory, didn't we approve some refurbished monitors or something?
AEDs for the courthouse and here.
Canada or somewhere?
Well, yeah, but we didn't get those. So, I mean, it was an option. We tried to get that. It wasn't an option. And then getting them back across the board.
So you say they're not on.
They're not on here. This is all the equipment that we've already owned. So everything in red needs to be on the radar that at some point is going to need to be replaced, along with aging out ambulances.
So off the top of your head, if we had to replace everything that's red.
Each one of those monitors is $84,000. A stretcher with a power load is pushing 90. So they're going to come down to a fleet analysis to tell us what it'll cost to replace this equipment now at the current rates and spread it over as many years as they can, or what it'll cost us to wait 3 years and replace this equipment and spread it out versus 5 years and spread it out with the pricing inflation. So He's gonna be here Wednesday to do that. I talked him up at EMS World, so he's gonna get those numbers for us.
Are 85 and the cops are 90.
Yeah, so we've got easily $500,000 plus ambulances. So
You always have good news.
I just wanted on the radar that this stuff's coming up. Like the monitors are the biggest contention. The stretchers, they're working. We don't have to replace them. They're working. But if something breaks on them, especially those old ones, I don't know if they can be serviced.
You collect 50% of what we bill and have to pay premium for everything.
The good thing with if we go into a plan, we lease. It's basically like we're leasing the equipment, so
But the cost is still there.
the cost is still there.
Because we don't currently put anything in the budget for
Yeah, I know.
these items.
That's why I said I want this on the radar. I'm bringing this now, so this is on the radar.
No, that's the right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so Wednesday, is he gonna tell you, he or she gonna tell you it's 6 months away, it's a year away?
So our monitors are good right now until about the end of 29.
Okay.
So we've got some time, but we've also got ambulances in here that are getting mileaged out. So we need to be thinking, if we don't replace stuff maybe sooner, we're going to get a big mountain all of a sudden that needs to be addressed. So the last piece I have, since I bring that bad news, the last piece is, you might need a copy of this. I only got one, but I'll give you this one because I've got it digital. We have the employee handbook, but we don't have any policies for Switzerland County that says what we do, daily operations, uniforms, how we operate an ambulance, how we call in sick, versus certifications, and this is what I wrote. So I just need to know what your guys' feelings are on this. Do I have the power to change it if you guys agree on it? As long as it's within reason. Anything that's documented in here that has a conflict with the employee handbook, it says that we're going to follow the county employee handbook.
I think this will be one of those things that Garrett's gonna need to look at for a little bit, and make sure.
Yeah, I agree. That's why I wanted to bring it. Nothing has to be adopted tonight or nothing. I think it just needs to be out there and come back and make a decision on it.
Oh, I thought it was fine, but I think it needs to.
It's mainly just daily operations. It's stuff that we're already doing. It's just has never been on paper. So that's all I got.
Thank you, Ryan.
Yep.
That one, you've already signed that it's one of its special documentation that I print out
Yeah.
that goes with that. You've already signed it. Yeah, I'll show it to you.
We're good. We need to set a deadline for getting on the agenda. We haven't done that last. So I'm gonna make a motion that we set a deadline for Thursdays at 12 PM to get on the agenda for the commissioners meeting.
And we should have in my opinion, the agenda by close of business on Thursday in our hands. Or are you saying it's noon on Thursday?
Noon on Thursday, for you, we want to be on that,
Right.
agenda, we should have it.
The Thursday at noon is the cutoff.
That's the motion I'm making.
I'm good with that. It'd also be good if some of the stuff that we're going to discuss, we could get an email copy of it in advance, so at least we had time to review it.
I agree.
I think both council and commissioners, 48 hours is fair. There's going to be exceptions, but I think my personal opinion is 48 hours before our scheduled meeting.
That's the motion I have.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So Thursday, that you
Thursdays at
get
noon.
on it.
And you did first and you did second.
And then just to also say to the public, you can still come, you can still have your public comment, but they don't have to take any action on what you bring. Right.
We have any board reports?
Did we do these?
Oh, and we have to circle back to. All right, so we circle back to the approval of meetings from the October 20th meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Board reports,
You got 28.
special meeting. Okay, approval of the special meetings from October 28th.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I don't have any board reports.
I don't know.
We had an endowment meeting last Tuesday. It was basically just showing the Belterra GM and operations manager the connector, so they got to see where some of the money is from Belterra, how it's been used at the school.
Anything from the audience?
I do have a question. I'm going to be leaving the Switzerland County Park and Rec Board end of December. And are there things that I need to do normally?
To leave the park board, you just have to submit your, like a 2-week notice, and your notice of intent to leave, unless you all.
Is it the end of your term?
You know, I know my end of term. I didn't have an end of term because the board elected me to be secretary treasurer back in the 80s. And it's carried on for these 40 years almost.
Cindy wants to retire.
So I think it's time that I be gone, but do I have to do anything? Is there
Send in a formal resignation letter, and you can
to,
make it effective.
to,
You can send it to, you're the park president. Yeah, you can send it to him, and then he'll send it to the appointing authority, if it's the commissioners or
Okay.
what your seat is.
and it's a position that the park board itself selects. It's not like county position that anybody appoints, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just send it to John, and then John always reports in his meeting minutes when he comes to here, coming.
Okay.
So,
It's easy to do because Sandy's won a shorter job.
It just can't get me.
I want to circle back to old business. We'd requested previously a phone call with Harris. I would like to see that phone call with Harris with council and commissioners only. Then we can have a public discussion. The timekeeping system.
When you say with council and commission only, Joe, you're not meeting in an executive session? If we have a meeting, it has to be
Okay.
available or open to the public.
Okay. That works for me.
Correct me if I'm wrong here.
Yeah, I can't think of an exception that would fall under the executive session.
you send out the emails, and everybody will get on track, and we'll figure out a time to do that.
Yeah.
We can schedule it. They should owe an explanation by now. Anything else? I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Yeah.
I didn't know, I thought somebody had their hand up out there.
I'm good. Joe actually jumped up front. I mean, so that's better.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So this gives us some spot.
Pretty much say that Monday. Basically saying unit price.